Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Even though we're in different communities physically, we can draw together in cyberspace to have a Shabbat service with one another. Behind me you see our Ark, the eternal light, and we'll have a wonderful, beautiful, joyful Shabbat service. I'm using the Lecha Shabbat prayer book, but of course if you have any traditional prayer book and you find the Friday night service, you'll be able to find the prayers, because they begin with the Psalms from the Bible and they move into this normal Ma'ariv service. The Reform prayer book, if you have one of those, might have a slightly different order, so I recommend getting a traditional prayer book. But let's join together with some warm-up prayers. Shalom Aleichem, which you might find in the beginning of the Siddur. In this Siddur, it's on page 13b, Lecha Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzechem L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And one of the nice things about this Siddur is that so much of what we sing is transliterated into English letters. Then we'll turn to page 194 for Yedid Nefesh. It's found often in your Siddur at the beginning of Kabbalat Shabbat, the preliminary service for Friday. And we'll just do the first paragraphs, a couple of tunes to this. Yedid Nefesh of Harachaman, Meshach Avdecha El Retzonecha, Yarutz Avdecha Kemo Hayal, Yishtachavel mul hadarecha, Terav lo yedidutecha, Mino fetzuf vechol tam. Yedidai dai dai dai, yedidai dai dai dai, yedidai dai 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 dai, yedidai dai dai dai, yedidai dai dai dai, yedidai dai 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 dai, yedidai dai dai dai, yedidai dai dai dai, yedidai dai 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 dai, yedidai dai dai dai, yedidai dai dai dai, yedidai dai 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 dai. Or Yedid Nefesh of Harachaman, Yedid Nefesh of Harachaman, Meshach Avdecha El Retzonecha, Yarutz Avdecha Kemo Hayal. So two different beautiful tunes to Yedid Nefesh. Then we turn to the formal start of Kabbalat Shabbat, which is Psalm 95. Psalm 95, Lecha Dodi. In this Siddur, it's nicely transliterated below. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi, Ladonai. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi, Ladonai. Nariya, Nariya, Litzur Yishenu, Nikadma Fana Betoda. Nariya, Nariya, Litzur Yishenu, Bizmi wrote Nariya lo. Back to the beginning. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi, Ladonai. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi, Ladonai. Or another tune. Lecha Dodi, Ladonai, Nariya Litzur Yishenu, Nikadma Fana Betoda, Bizmiro Nariya lo, Nikadma Fana Betoda, Bizmiro Nariya lo. And I'll finish up the end of the psalm. 40 שנה קוד בדור, ואומרם תוהי לבבהם, V'hem lo yadu derachai, asher nishbati b'api, im yivaun al menuchati. We turn the page to Psalm 96. Shir l'Adonai shir chadash, Shir l'Adonai kol haaretz, Shir l'Adonai baruch hu shemo, basru miyom leyom yeshuoto, safru v'goyim kiavodo, M'chol ha'omim niflo tov, ki gadol Adonai molo meod, norahu al kol Elohim, ki kol Elohei amim elilim, va'Adonai shamayim asa, hod v'hadar lifanav, oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho, havu l'Adonai mishbechot amim, havu l'Adonai kavod v'oz, havu l'Adonai kavod shemo, se'u mincha uva'u lechatzrotav, Ishtachavu l'Adonai b'hadrat kodesh, chilu mipanav kol haaretz, imru v'goyim Adonai malach, afti kon tevel, ba'al timot, yadin amim b'mei sharim. And then there's another beautiful tune, to 4 lines up from the bottom, Yismechu hashamayim, let the heavens rejoice and the earth be glad, let all the sea and within it roar praise. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz, yeram hayam, yeram hayam, yeram hayam, umlo'o, yeram hayam, yeram hayam, yeram hayam, umlo'o. Repeated, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Now, in my synagogue, that's the only part, that Yismechu, that we sing to Psalm 96. Other synagogues will sing the whole psalm the way I was doing it. And then you turn to page Psalm 97, and you can read it in English or in Hebrew. And we always sing the last 2 lines, a couple of tunes to Or Zarua, which is exalt in the Lord. Light is sown for the righteous and joy for the upright in heart. Exalt in the Lord, O you righteous, and give thanks to God's holy name. Or Zarua, Lat Tzadik, Ul Yisraelev Simcha. Again, Or Zarua, Lat Tzadik, Ul Yisraelev Simcha. Simchu Tzadikim B'Adonai, V'hodu Lezecher Kadsho. Simchu Tzadikim B'Adonai, V'hodu Lezecher Kadsho. Or Zarua Lat Tzadik, Ul Yisraelev Simcha. Or Zarua Lat Tzadik, Ul Yisraelev Simcha. And then on page 202, Mizmor Shir l'Adonai Shir Chadash, Ki niflot asa, Hoshia lo yamino uzroa kadsho. Sing a new song unto the Lord, for God has done marvelous things. God's holy power has brought deliverance. You can read that responsively in English. And then continue on page 204 with Psalm 99. Adonai Eloheinu atah nitam at the bottom. El nosei hayita lahem v'nokem alalilotam. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu lahar kadsho ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Now, page 206, it's the same prayer that's done in the Torah service when we take the Torah back to the Ark on Saturday morning. Here's the one tune, beautiful tune to Psalm 29. Mizmor le David, Havul Adonai b'nei Elim, Havul Adonai kavod va'oz, Havul Adonai kavod shemo, Hishtachavu Adonai behadrat kodesh, Kol Adonai al hamayim, El hakavod hirim, Adonai al mayim rabim, Kol Adonai ba'koach, Kol Adonai behadar, Kol Adonai shover arazim, Vayishaber Adonai et arze havanon, Vayarkideim kemo egel, Levanon v'Sirion, kemo ven reimim, Kol Adonai chotsev lavodesh, Kol Adonai yachil midbar, Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh, Kol Adonai Yecholel Ayalot, Vayechesof Yearot, Uvehechalo Kulo Omer Kavod, Vayechesof Yearot Kulo Omer Kavod. Last two lines. Adonai Lamabu Yashav Vayeshev Adonai Melech Leolam, Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitein, Adonai Yevarech et Amo B'Shalom. Now that last sentence of Psalm 29 is very beautiful. May God bless us with strength, Adonai Oz, and may God bless us with Shalom, peace. There's a nice tune to this just by that if you want to sing just this. Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitein, Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitein, Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitein, Adonai Yevarech et Amo B'Shalom, et Amo B'Shalom. Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitein, Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitein, Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitein, Adonai Yevarech et Amo. Now then we turn to the one prayer in Kabbalat Shabbat that's not from the book of Psalms, a beautiful, mystical, medieval prayer from the holy city of Tzfat. Come, my friend, the bride to meet, the holy Shabbat let us now greet. And the mystics used to go out on the hills of Tzfat and welcome Shabbat, singing this prayer. A couple of different tunes. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabla. Or Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, la 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 la. Pnei Shabbat nekabela, la 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 la. So lots of tunes to Lecha Dodi. Pick out the one you know, and you can sing it all the way through. I'll now sing all the verses. It's transliterated below. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem ultiferet v'litila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Ki mekor habracha, Mehirosh mikedem nesucha, Sof maseh b'machshavat tchila. Again the refrain. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Now typically in my synagogue here, we only do the first two stanzas and then the last one. You can alternate Hebrew and English. You can do the whole thing. I'll keep going. Mikdash melech ir melucha, ku mitzii mitocha hafecha, rav lach shevet be'emek habacha, v'hu yachmor alayich chemla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hina'ari me'afar kumi, Liv shibigdei tifaterach ami, Al yad ben Yishai beit halachmi, Karvel nafshi ge'ela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hidoreri, Kiva orech, Kumi ori, Uri, Shir daberi, Kavod Adonai alayich chemla nigla. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lo tevo shiva lo lo tikami ma tishtochachi uma tehemi ba ach yechasu ani ami v'niv neta'ir al tila lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela Hayulamisha so saich v'racha kuko mevalayich yasis alayich Elohayich kimsos chatan al kahala Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela Yamimu smol tifrotzi ve'et Adonai taritzi ayarish ben partzi v'nismecha v'nagila Lecha Dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Now at this point you stand up and you face the rear to welcome the Shabbat bride. Used to be in ancient temple days to welcome the mourners. Boi b'shalom ateret bala gam v'simcha u'v'tzahala toch emune gam segula boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Now if there are mourners in the synagogue who are sitting Shiva, you then say Hamakom Yinachem Etchem B'toch Sha'ar Avlei Tzion V'Yerushalayim. May God who comforts Israel grant you solace in your bereavement. Then we continue with Psalm 92. Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat Tov lehodot l'Adonai Uzamer l'shimcha elyon Lehagid baboker chasdecha ve'amunatcha balelot Alei asor ve'alei navel Alei higayon bechinor Alei asor ve'alei navel Alei higayon bechinor. And then 4 lines up from the bottom, the righteous will flourish like a palm tree, they'll grow tall like a cedar of Lebanon. Tzadik tamar yifrach Kerez Bavanan Yizke Shetulim Beveit Adonai Bechatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Od Yenuvun Beseva Deshenim Verananim Yiyu Lehagi Ki Ashar Adonai Zuri Velo Avla Tavo. And then Kabbalat Shabbat ends with Psalm 93. Your decrees are ever fulfilled. Holiness fills your creation. You are the Lord of eternity. Eidotecha nemnu me'od leveitcha navakodesh. Eidotecha nemnu me'od leveitcha navakodesh. Adonai le'arech yamim. Adonai le'arech yamim. Adonai le'arech yamim, Adonai le'arech yamim. Now that concludes Kabbalat Shabbat, but that's not the end of Friday night services. Then you do the Ma'ariv service for Shabbat, which will be on the next video. That is Kabbalat Shabbat.